Good evening, one and all, and welcome to another edition of Cop Talk. Yes, we are back. We're still having a few little minor gremlin issues, but we're working with it, man. We're working with it, and we're doing our best to get this content out as we can. So we're going to say good evening, Mr. Stoney Browder. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm good. Just I'm good. Can't complain. The weather's changed a little bit on us all. But no, I'm good. Just looking forward to this evening's show.
Okay, and Mr. Dr. Blake, what's happening, sir? Doctor, are you with us? Well, you can't hear us, Doctor.
Yeah, sorry. No, I couldn't. Must have frozen.
Yeah, you must have frozen,
yeah,
man. How you doing, bro?
Don't know what. I heard Stoney's answer, and then it just kind of went quiet. Apologies. Do you know what it is? There's this pesky fly in my yard, isn't it? And I'm on pure genocide for these flies, isn't it? I'm on pure genocide for them.
Listen, bro.
Wilco thing, yeah. You see
I'm not playing, bro. I'm not playing.
And to get some of that.
Yeah.
Because next door had maggots. I was like, oh, hell no. But yeah.
Oh. Yeah. It's right next to me, bro. Right next to me. 24/7. I need a top up.
Yeah, you see, I can get some. Yeah, like I can get some fights played for Darwin to get him out of the club as well.
Darweezy. But you know what? I didn't see it. You might have to fill me in there because I didn't see it. And actually, that's a good way to start, actually. So first off, we're going to say big shouts goes out to Mr. Solo from the Man United Agenda. Nice to have you on board. And a massive shout goes out to Mr. CW, our champion one-liner as well. Hit that share, that like, and subscribe. I didn't actually see the game against Preston. I was my daughter had a athletics meet. So so I didn't get to see it. But I'm hearing down reports about Darweezy, man. So tell you gentlemen, break it down for me. What happened, man? What happened? How was it?
So the thing is, right? Because sometimes the bar is so low for this guy, he's judged to a different standard, isn't it? So I'm not sure if you saw his goal. Great pressing. It was good. Well, good pressing, and then he breaks with the keeper, takes a touch, takes it round him to the side, and he scores an open goal. But because it's Darwin, it's almost like he couldn't really celebrate until the ball actually went in because he didn't know if he was going to miss or not. And I think this is part of the problem, right? And then the second and then the third goal that Cody scored, Darwin showed a lovely bit of composure and dummies a ball through his legs, and then Cody takes him. So yeah, Bendo wins the ball on the counter press, drives in from the right hand side, passes it to Darwin, does like a dummy, goes through to Cody. Oh yeah, it was a class piece of play, but I think as Chris said, like it's Preston, and it's not to say that Darwin hasn't played well. And I've heard all of the fan theories that when Darwin's got a new haircut, he does. I'm just like, look, he's had 3 years. Like 3 years. Like there's no more time. This is what he is. It's either he's good enough or he's not. Like let's stop with this. He needs more time. He needs 1 more year on the slot. This is just ridiculous now. At this point, he's gonna be 32, and people saying, "Yeah, he needs like 1 more season." No. So yeah, no, like he played well enough.
Okay. Stoney, how did you see Darweezy's performance?
Boy, I think it's one of those things which is quite strange here, right? Years and years and years ago, before all of this access to broadcasting, we'd never ever see any form of these preseason friendlies. All right. I know years and years ago, a lot of these players never had their own individual training throughout the summer as well. So the way I look on any of these friendlies, whether it's going to be against Preston, Milan, when we fly out and play all of these other teams that we're going to be playing, I'm just looking at it as match fitness and rhythm. Yes, I'm aware it was against Preston, but it could have gone the other way. We could have played against Preston and we ended up all playing like duds and getting hammered. The bigger picture here is that we played two different squads, one in the first half, one in the second half. Players got match rhythm, and then we just move on, really. I'm not looking at anything as any pluses or any minuses from the performance against Preston. That's just how I'm going to look at it. Because I said, these are literally pre-season friendlies. Darwin Núñez could have probably, and we just speak an example, he probably could have scored 10 as an example. And some people would have been like raving wax with miracle over it. But it's a friendly, it's our first friendly. And then, yeah, it's just game time really for me.
Okay. So how did other players perform, like Doak? How did Gomez perform? Because we haven't seen Gomez for a while. How did the new guys? Out of the new guys, was it only Kirkes who played?
No, Frimpong played as well.
So how did these guys play, man?
I said I think it's quite. Oh no, go ahead, Doctor. Go ahead, Doctor.
No, I was gonna say Frimpong just slotted in. It was almost to the point where you didn't even really notice him. Like Kirkes seemed to be a lot more involved than what he was doing. Felt a lot more noticeable. Whereas Frimpong just eased in. Like he literally just eased in. Like you wouldn't think it was his debut. Just looked very, very, very controlled and just like both of them in different ways look good. I thought Trey Leone first half really, really looked class.
Okay.
Like he just reminds me of Grav. Like very similar style. I guess if you're looking at his top end potential, he probably seems to have a line breaking pass than Grav. He seems like to really able to break lines like his passing in a way that Grav's maybe a bit more relying on his ball carrying. But yeah, Trey Leone really, really looks like he can play for Liverpool, which is a extraordinarily high standard, man.
Okay. And Doak?
Good moments. Kind of struggled to get into the game at times, but at the same time, he showed quality, especially for the third goal. The way sometimes, and I don't know if it's because he's a right footer playing on the right, and then it's normally Mo coming in onto his left, but it almost just feels like sometimes Doak doesn't get enough of the ball. And I noticed this with Keys a few times when he played the right wing, and it's almost like they've got 3 or 4 chances to really make something happen, and if they don't, then they're almost done. And it was good to see Doak create the third goal, because he lost the ball a couple of times before that, and you can see Slot kind of told him something during the water break, and then one of the coaches put his arm around him. So yeah, he's showed some quality, man.
Okay. So CW says, show Saudi the replay of the Udate goal and sell it to them. We'll say a massive good evening goes out to Desby. Nice to have you on board, sir. And also Mr. Mark Foster, another one of our regulars. Just because Núñez has a new hairstyle doesn't mean he will change. Just like Doctor changing his hairstyle, he don't change his opinion on Nico Williams.
I've changed it, mate. Rodrigo.
Anyway. Easy. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. I know. Good, all about fitness. Good to be out there. And we're saying Frimpong is mad wearing a long sleeve in that heat. Crazy dude.
There was a few other debutants as well, RT.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask about. Was there any actually?
Yeah, both of the goalies as well. Yeah, and that's something I was.
Mamardashvili.
Yes. So yeah, definitely. But also Freddie Woodman looked right as well. So I was just thinking more from the goalkeeper side of stuff and what it's probably going to look like for us going into this current season. But yeah, I think the goalkeepers look quite assured. I was probably looking at, I suppose there's this thing now where goalkeepers are probably also judged. Look, I want a goalkeeper primarily to be saving with their hands, right? But I know they also have to be involved in a lot of footwork as well. So I mean, positioning, feeling comfortable. Both goalkeepers, if we're just trying to look at them, quite happy with their performances. As you said, the first goalkeeper, our Georgian goalkeeper, played the first half, and Woodman came on in the second half as well. So if there was any positives, it's probably having an opportunity to look at them. And like I said, it's our first pre-season friendly and to see how they actually settle in. But as you said, two halves, 46 minutes each, which was all right. I think there were some plus points from Curtis Jones, I think, when he came on as well. Curtis Jones seemed to settle in as well. But yeah, look, collectively, RT, as I said, pre-season friendlies. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes slowly. But good performances from everyone, really.
Okay, so Mark says that Rio Nuevo was the best player in the first half by miles. See, the boy's gone quiet.
I don't know if I'd say he was the best player by miles. He did look very good. You can. Gosh, there's like multiple pauses in this last sentence. He did look very good. He's grown. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Just pause on future pause, right? But he does certainly look a bit taller than what he looked like, say, like a year ago. And I don't know what it is with him. I guess his kind of his close control, but ability to drive at pace, but keep his head up is just you can the guy's a player, isn't it? So it's almost like he commits people, but he just got this full picture in his mind. So he created the first goal, but it almost looked like he had his defender on toast and was almost kind of trying to not be too individual. But the sky's the limit for that kid, like literally. I just think maybe it's a season too soon for him to really kind of break into the team, but who knows, man? Like serious talent. Also, I tell you what's really impressed me was Kumas second half. Like he looked super techie, super. He was just tidy on the ball, man. Like really, like in many ways. So basically, Dom was the 10 in the first half, and then Kumas was the 10 in the second half. But almost like Dom was the 10, but in the right half space. And the second half, Kumas was the 10, like in the left half space. And I'd say I felt Kumas looked technically more accomplished than what Dom did, especially in those tighter spaces. Like taking the ball on the half turn, driving, keeping it moving. Like Dom did like a lot of his best work kind of almost like outside of the pressure points. So it was interesting to actually see. You could basically just see Wirtz playing where Kumas played. But yeah, no, he looked good, Kumas. I was impressed with him, man.
What's about Kaiser?
He's a very unselfish player. A very, very, very unselfish player. There was pockets where I actually thought he was going to be taking shots, but it was more probably about him playing other players in certain positions. I think when we were coming to the end of last season, I think one of the shows we were speaking about where we probably thought that he'd actually be in terms of this season, whether he'd remain with us. I think there was talk about him probably going to Napoli, XYZ. I don't know. I was thinking he's going to remain with us this season. I hope he does. As he said, the value that we got him for, I think hopefully we can afford to allow him to remain and actually see how he's going to feature. But I'm sure, didn't he start as the actual
number 9? Yeah,
in the game as well. So hopefully didn't have. Wasn't involved in anything over the summer. Hopefully he's had a good little fitness underneath his belt. And I want to see him get some game time this season if he remains with us. When does the transfer window close? Does anyone know? Is it late August?
Yeah.
Late August. All right. So
I believe it's the end of August.
End of August. Okay. So you know what? Honestly, I hope he remains with us this season so we can actually see what he's actually about.
Okay, before I get into some of them comments, I'm just going to reiterate what Stoney said about he was unselfish and whatever. And one of the things that we've been speaking about him was in all the games when he'd come on or whatever, there was one thing that happened with him was he always seemed to get a shot off. And remember, we spoken about that. Now you're saying he's been unselfish and playing other people in. Maybe that might have something to do with what's been said or what's going on or whatever. You never know. It could be lack of confidence now.
You know what? For me, he just lacked a bit of match sharpness. And I know, obviously, last season he wouldn't have got many. So, like, you're going into a new preseason. But I just felt that a lot of what the players did last season, they kind of did it in the game against Preston. Like, if that makes sense. I didn't see anyone really look that much different, either positively or negatively. So I think with him, maybe he just needs games. But you know, just like that's what talk about match sharpness. Like when he's got time, you see a bit of quality. But obviously, he's playing centrally. So then when you just got to get the ball, get like your touch perfect, get it out of your feet and be quick with the ball. That just felt a little bit laboured at times. So I think maybe he just needs games just to get that kind of match sharpness, and then hopefully we can see. But yeah, you can see that maybe now he's lost the yard of pace a little bit. That central 9 position with his ability to link play, drive with the ball, maybe he does do well in that position. But he had one opportunity where he broke in on goal. His touch weren't perfect, and the centre back kind of like caught him up and forced him wide. And you think to yourself, Preston, rude boy. If you're up against their centre backs and you get a chance to stretch your legs and go, you should be at least getting off a shot. But I said, in light of what's happened with Jota with Jota, I'm going to be a lot less judgmental, and I'm not going to call any players washed. But if there's one stage before washed, then I think Chiesa's there, mate. So,
right, doctor, you're gonna have to do it, doctor. After this show, you're gonna have to go back and rewind it, because the starting of the show, you were just lighting up Darwin again, and he said you weren't gonna be judgmental proper.
I'm not saying he's washed. I'm saying he's a stage before, isn't it? He's like pre-washed.
He's pre-soaked. Before you do the wash, you know you do
yeah, he's pre-soaked.
Yeah. So Mark says, what I've been watching on clips of YouTube about Rio, been running rings around Ryan Gravenberch and the others. If he gets his chance, I feel he see more games than Chiesa. There's B says that he would like to keep Chiesa as well.
To be fair, I think we just possibly need to keep some. Like, I don't see a world where Chiesa, Nunes, and Diaz can go. Like, you then need to basically sign like 3 new forwards.
So he's saying, yeah, I'd like to see Chiesa given a chance. CW says Chiesa didn't have a pre-season last summer, so this is his first pre-season. And he also says, I would like to keep Chiesa as an option. And then Mark Foster goes on to sound just like Del Boy or an Arsenal fan. This time next season, you'll be telling me, well, Rio, what a player.
Man, he's a serious guy, Rio. Serious guy.
Yeah. I believe that. Let's see what Des B says here. He says, Kaiser's best position is on the right, where Salah plays. He could be cover when Salah goes to the AFCON in January.
See, I'm not sure if his best position is still on the right, because I feel like he's lost that yard of pace where he can't, like before, a man like a Kanchelskis or even a Mane before he moved left could beat his man with pace on the outside. Chiesa can't do that. Like, he gets the ball on the right and he just drives inside. And he drives inside onto his weaker left foot. Like, I think we have to take the next step. He's either through the middle in a false 90 kind of role, or it's just wash settings, man. Like, yeah, it's just pre-wash settings, man.
Here we go. Be careful. Right, big shouts goes out to Creds, locked in all the way from St. Lucia.
That's right, he's there, isn't it?
Love that, mate. Love that. All right. So, gentlemen, obviously we have to get to the juicy talking point. So, looks like Newcastle have held their stance. and definitely said that Isak is not for sale. They're not having a bar of it. And Liverpool have now switched their attention and have made a formal bid for Ekitike. Personal terms have been agreed, but it's just a fee between the clubs now to be sorted. And then basically we can move ahead. How are we feeling about that now?
Go on, Stoney.
Doctor, have you bought him on Football Manager yet?
I did. I actually did. And he was developing slowly. And then I ended up selling him and then buying Isak. And then he went to Aston Villa. And he did bits at Aston Villa still, like, and now he's at Barcelona, like he did bits still.
Yo, do you know who's been the top scorer in the league for me in Football Manager? Darwin Núñez, rude boy.
Yeah, you see, like, the game's broken. That's why, bro.
Barcelona and Real Madrid have been making offers for him, fam.
Listen, I'm sure there's a version of. Listen, I'm sure there's a version of the multiverse where Núñez is Ballon d'Or, but that's probably the same version of the multiverse where Thanos lost as well. So, like,
oh, good. I think we're in. I think we are in an amazing position at the moment in terms of finances that we have at our disposal. Mm-hmm. Right. I think we're also in a very healthy position in terms of clubs are aware we've got the money, but we're not going to be held with our pants down to be able to play in ridiculous money for players out there that we've been linked with. And the only reason why I say that, I'm just going to give an example, all right? It's clear that our Man United need a series of players, and some players that they're linked with, they're going to have to be playing astronomical money, all right? Clubs are aware that we're in lookout for offensive players, but I don't think anybody's going to be in a position to say that we're going to be playing like no money that's not within our budget. Both players that we're currently linked with, I think both fit the profile of what we're looking for. I don't know. I mean, it's a strange one here, right? In terms of the Premier League, we can see what Isak can bring to Liverpool, and he's already settled in the Premier League. But then I'm thinking, wouldn't it be nice to actually get a forward who is not settled in the Premier League and is going to add us something completely new? So I'm drawn between the two. But listen, either one we're going to get, I think it's going to be good. I like the statement from Edwards, basically saying to Newcastle, look, you know, we want your guy, and either way, if we don't want your guy, then we're going to take the guy that you wanted to be linked with as well. And for me, that's like a mafia statement. So yeah, I'm happy. Either one we're going to be linked with. But yeah, let us take Ekitike and we go and move on. Whoever we get in after that, I think it's going to be a plus point. But it's clear that we definitely need one offensive player. Who knows? We can end up getting two.
Yeah. We'll end up getting two. Before we move on to about two, what's your feelings, Doctor, not getting Isak and having to go for Ekitike?
So, as everyone knows, Luis Diaz is my favorite player, or one of them anyway, certainly. So, I guess I was at peace with the idea of spending all of the money on Isak and then keeping Diaz, selling Núñez, basically. I do think Isak, in my opinion, is the best all-round forward or number 9 in world football, personally. I just think he is just a class apart in terms of just his all-round game, link-up play, how clever he is, how precise he is, dribbling, finishing. I think he's literally like elite. Whereas Ekitike isn't there. He is very, very, very promising. He's got a similar profile to Isak, but I think we just have to accept that he is a bit of a development project, but he is the project that has got the skill sets based. I guess his skill set is what Slot wants. So even if he's not going to offer us Isak levels of finishing and just overall play in the next, say, 18 months to 2 seasons, I do think he will definitely help us to kind of win trophies. So I kind of just think Isak if you could get Isak for 120 million, it is a lot of money, but I think, yeah, just about I would have pushed that once you start getting into 130, 140, 150, I think it's just too much money. And I think, like I said earlier on in the group, in life sometimes you don't get to fix certain mistakes. And the mistake was Klopp not listening to the transfer committee and going for Núñez when they wanted to sign Isak 3 years ago. And I just think Liverpool Football Club, I know we've spent big money on Wirtz, but Wirtz in many ways was in a similar position to where Isak was when Newcastle signed him. Top talent, played for 1 or 2 clubs, but he hadn't necessarily like cemented himself as a world-class operator on a global stage. He's still a player on the rise. Liverpool aren't the club that buy somebody who costs £60 million, has become world-class, and then buy that person. That's just not what we do. I just think like we missed out on Isak first time round, and yeah, it's gone. And I think 130, 140, even 120, I think is too much money personally. So sometimes you just can't get what you want.
Okay. That you've answered my next question, because I was going to say, how far was you willing to go to get Isak? But you said 120 max is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wait, what? At 28, he's got no resale value either. Which is another thing.
Don't get me wrong, he does really, really well. Like with his skin complexion, you tell my man to like convert to Islam and then he goes to Saudi Arabia. Then it's all good. But no, and do you know what it is as well with Isak? It's the injury record. Don't get me wrong, it was better last season, but if I'm spending 100+, man, and don't get me wrong, we know when he's fit, he is class. Like it's levels, but yeah, I think we've done the right thing personally.
Okay. And would gentlemen, would Ekitike definitely been your second choice once Isak said no? Stoney, you can't mention the guy from Atlanta because he's not there no more.
I was just about to say.
Someone bought him, Stoney. So let that go. Yeah, let that go. Would he have been that? Would that have been on your list then? So Isak, then would your next one have been Ekitike?
I think it depends on what you want. I think if you want an all-round forward, then I think Ekitike then just made sense because he does have a similar profile to Isak. I think if you wanted just more of a goal scorer, target man, then for me it would have been Osimhen personally. But I think if you're looking at somebody who's gonna drop in, link play, run channels, connect, score goals, press, assist, then I think it makes sense to go for Ekitike. So for me, if that's what you want, then
And Stoney?
Yeah, I think if it wasn't going to be either of the two that you've mentioned, it probably would have been Osimhen. For me, I'm going to be honest. It would have been. I know that deal is not going to be potentially for us, but look, we never know. We never know in football. And you know what? I think the other side of it as well. I wouldn't put it past our transfer committee. At the moment, we've got the 2 high-profile players that are being discussed to be linked with us. But it wouldn't surprise me if there's another 2 or 3 that people haven't been discussing that are potential targets for us as well, which would still add value and goals and output for us. So I still think we still have to watch this space as well. Definitely.
Okay. So Diaz now is wanted by a Saudi team, and they're looking to offer 90 million.
9-0.
90. He's 28 years old.
Do you know it's a hard one for that, right?
We mean hard. I'm selling him, Black.
No. Watch this, right? Because
hard.
It's interesting, right? Let me just land with this, right? I was having a discussion with somebody yesterday when I was at work, And then we're speaking about in terms of players, football players. There's always this discussion. All right, I'll tell you what the nature of the conversation was. Why is it when we're speaking about players, we always speak about their value, like how much you're getting paid per week? And the other part of this was how many other professions, when you're speaking about the job somebody's meant to do, that you're then speaking about what they're worth and how much you're meant to be doing, earning a week as well, right? XYZ. Going back to Diaz, the reason why there was the pause was he's currently, and in football terms, right, it's not a lot. So what is he on? 50, I think he's on about 55 grand a week, between 55 and 55, shocking. Right?
Yeah.
So for him, he's probably looking at it like this. The links with Barcelona, I still do not believe they're gonna materialize. And the only reason why I say that is Barcelona have had to go through the court of arbitration. They've had to go through Spanish courts XYZ to be even registering some of their players from last season. All of the fabricated finances they've actually done to even register players. So for me, I don't see Barcelona being able to be in a position to raise the finance and then also being able to register Diaz. So if Diaz goes there, I think it's just 6 months of him not playing football. And knowing Barcelona, they're probably going to play some crazy installments that we actually don't need. So personally, I don't see Diaz going Barcelona. This package that you were talking about with Saudi Arabia, if we're now looking about whatever the value is, right? That means then we probably potentially going to need 3 forwards then. And that's for me, that once again is quite heavy because that means we would have lost Diaz moving on. We've already said we'd like Nunes to move on. And obviously what's happened with Jota, there's the other offensive. So that's 3 forward positions that we're going to be looking to actually bring in as new players. Is that going to be realistic?
Hear this. If we get 90 million for Darweezy and we can scrape another 60 million for 90 million for Diaz and get 60 million for Darweezy, I'm looking at easy. Then we could get Isak and Rodrigo.
Oh, I thought you was just going to say, because I thought you was just going to say we'd just go and buy both of the targets, Isak and Itike. Just go and buy both of them. That's what I thought you was going to say.
That's easy. That's good money there. That's we're talking about. We're talking about what you call it, 150 million there for them 2 players. Plus, we've already got Coyle in the bank. You understand? That's 2 straight replacements there. It's definitely an upgrade up in the striker position, 100%. How Rodrigo's going to fit in and work, we don't know as yet. We'd have to wait and see how that goes. But it's definitely an upgrade in the striker's position. So yeah, but think about it. Or what we do is then we play smart and we still spend the same money on Ekitike. We get Rodrigo, and then we still got change left over to put towards Gay. And we've still got Kyle in the bank.
It's 2 seasons left that Diaz has got. So his contract's not this year. I think it's the year after,
seasons,
right?
Yeah.
2 seasons. So is Nunes as well, got 2 seasons.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Anything's possible.
This is it, man.
Chris said he can't have another season of Nunes. He just wants a survivor of Nunes.
Oh, mate.
Man's Mark says, but if we get, as the news is said, Rodrigo comes in, he says everyone else is on the bench.
Yeah, it's tricky, man.
And it's tricky. Bench.
Yeah, see, I would have liked Diaz to stay not purely, but I guess one of the key reasons is his fitness record. And I thought he was decent as a number 9, certainly. I think he was saying to me, who would I rather want as a backup number 9, Diaz or Chiesa? It's not even a debate. But I understand, look, Liverpool Football Club have moved into this new space of being incredibly ruthless with players. And yeah, if you're them and you're Diaz, he wants a new contract, like which he's asked for, which I think is more than fair, personally. If you're basically saying, no, we're not going to give you a new contract, like, because apparently what Liverpool have almost said is they're happy for Diaz to leave on a free transfer, right? So that goes to show you that his wages are so low that you just staying and going on a free, like in our opinion, like we've basically won it because you're just not costing us anything because your wages are so low. But I look at it just like this, right? If you're saying if you're turning down 60 million, 65 million, 70 million, you're basically saying that you've got a market value of maybe 80 million pounds, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what players of your standard are going for in world football. If you think that Mbeumo's might be going for 70, Madueke 50, Alanga 55, you're saying you think Diaz is a cut above them, so therefore he should be going for kind of 85 million. Then I guess my response to that would be players you're going for 85 million who you think are on the top table of their position aren't getting paid 55 grand a week. They can't have it both ways. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't want a competitive transfer fee for him, but not give him a competitive wage. So I just feel like, look, if we're just going to be moving ruthless like this, like moving forward, then so be it. But it just feels a bit wrong for me. Obviously, Diaz is my guy. Everyone knows that. But I just feel if I'm Diaz and I'm playing week in, week out, I've seen Chiesa come in and play about 20 minutes of Premier League football and he's on 150. I'm like, nah, bro, show me the money, innit? I don't think that's like, because what? Mo was on, 350 or something like that?
Yeah.
And then you basically got the other four forwards. Obviously, Jota RIP was on about 140. Nunez on about 140, Cody on about 130, 140, and then Chiesa on 150. And then you got one guy then who's on 55 grand. Come on, man, the math ain't mathing. So, and if the guy on 55 grand is starting ahead of the guys on 140 in their position that he doesn't even normally play, you can't expect my man to be not happy if he's not going to get a wage increase.
I fully agree, man. I've been saying the same thing myself. I fully agree.
Yeah. So I just basically think we're playing hardball with European clubs because, in my opinion, we don't want to sell him to a European rival, knowing that Saudi will come in and they will pay top dollar for him. So I think that's what we're looking to do.
Like I said, man, that 90 million sounding good to me.
Yes, come on, man.
Saudi,
and you know what might also be good as well. Like what you were saying is, at the moment, one, we don't have to sell. But two, because we've won so much and we're at a good position, our stock is high. So if we do want to sell, then we know that all of our players will obviously get good value for. So you're right, and if we're thinking about it in terms of finance, then right now may be a good opportunity to sell. I don't wish for him to move on. I'm just going to be honest, I just think there's going to be too many players, offensive players that, I'll go back to what I was saying before, that will have to replace and then to settle in. But you're right. Look, finances are finances, and you're right. 90 million pounds is a lot of money.
Great money.
You ain't gonna get a better offer than that.
It's true.
You're not gonna get a better offer than that.
It is true.
And you know what? Even in saying that, if that is like what you were mentioning, is the value that the Saudi club's looking at, so that would have been the second highest transfer fee we would ever receive for any of our players, isn't it? Because Coutinho and then Diaz. You're right.
Yes.
So you're right.
Man.
Okay.
Sorry, man. I'm taking that. As much as I like Diaz and that, but sorry, mate. I'll take that. But I do feel they're being very harsh with him. 55 grand, man. Hey, you got more man like Simicast or more than you.
Nah, Phillips is on more. That's mad, bro. Like, it's crazy.
But then it goes back to what I was saying before. Everybody's got their own individual contract, and it's about renewing it. And I don't know. I don't know.
You know what it is? There's been stories, right? That like I think the Liverpool Echo released a story basically saying that he's not on 55, it's closer to 140. And maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. Maybe with bonuses, he hits 140. I don't know like what's true or not. But what I would say is it does feel a little bit suspect that of all of these websites that claim to know what our wages are and what we're earning, the only player that they've got wrong is Luis Diaz. It does feel a little bit suspect. Like of all the squad players that we've got, the one that they reckon is wrong is Luis Diaz and no one else. It does just feel like a little bit like, really? Like, man just on cap money, innit? Like,
well, listen, yeah, it's hard. I don't know. It's very hard.
Very, very hard.
Very hard. Very hard.
Personally, I would have kept Diaz. So as I said, kept Diaz, sold Nunes, sold Chiesa, signed Rodrigo. Diaz is an option through the middle. I know it's a bit overloaded on players who can play on the left. You'd have Diaz, Cody, and Rodrigo, plus Rio also wants to play left. But yeah.
But now we could have a problem, whereas we could be keeping a player who's not happy.
This is it.
And that's what could happen now.
It's not, but for us though, for me, that's probably not the first time that's happened in football, and I'm confident we can manage this. I'm gonna throw something in here, right, which is going to be quite bizarre. Diaz moves on, we get the 90 mil, and then Harvey Elliott has an opportunity to play up top. What does that look like to you?
No, Harvey needs to go. For me,
as much as I like Harvey, and I think the boy's gifted. He's definitely got talent, but I just don't think he fits what the manager wants.
He's just too slow.
Yeah, I don't think he fits what the manager wants. And there was something that I watched the other day, and they asked Slot, what does he look for in a player? And one of his three things was definitely pace. And
yes, there's three things in it, yeah.
He said that, definitely that pace and athleticism. Being able to turn quickly on the ball and your technical ability.
Harvey ain't got that.
Yeah, so that's a problem. But you know what? 40 million West Ham.
Question on Harvey. If the rumours are true and it's 40 million and a release clause or 50 and no release clause, what would you two be doing?
Sorry, say that again, please.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the stories
Buyback.
Yeah, sorry. There you go. Sorry, yeah. So the stories are that
be 40 million and a buyback, or Liverpool have set. This is what they've set: 40 million and a buyback clause, or 50 million no buyback clause.
I would take the 50 mil. The only reason why I say that, to my own knowledge, and I can be completely incorrect, right? To my knowledge, the only Liverpool player I think who's left and returned is Robbie Fowler. So I do not envisage us doing any form of buyback with the hope of him improving at another team.
Ian Rush came back.
Ian Rush, okay, when he went come back from Juve. Juve. So
and that's probably a mistake. Sorry, Rush.
Yeah. But yeah, the reason why I say that I would take the 50 mil RT is I do not envisage him leaving Liverpool and improving to a level at any other team where we then feel that we're going to buy him back. So for me, I'll take the money. He's been a wonderful servant. He's won honours where we are, and we just wish him all the best moving forward. But I don't envisage him improving for us to want him to come back. Take the 50 mil.
Okay. Okay.
I think I'm going for the 40. You know,
that's what I'm thinking. I'm leaning more towards the 40 because the boy's got talent, man, and I just believe that you'll get to see him because he'll be getting regular games.
But then is technically, is he going to improve with his speed? If he's going to improve technically, is he going to improve in his strength anywhere else to come back?
He might not get quicker, but you know what? He can get stronger. It's a lot easier to build up strength than it is for him to build up speed. I'll tell you that much. And he has got techers. There's no two ways about that. So if he's getting the regular games, because we've seen what he can do before the injuries and that, and he was getting regular games. We've seen what he can do, and he's got the techers. So for me, I would do the 40 and the buyback clause, because I just want to see what happens when he's playing week in, week out, when he plays like 30 games for them in the season. I want to see.
I've changed my mind. I'm going 50, and I'll tell you why.
Take the money.
I think sometimes it's hard to say. It's hard to say buy in it. Like, it's like in it. Like, you got a girl, she's saying she right, like, I ain't working out. Well, what should we do? Boy, like, then let's go on a break. Like, it's on options, isn't it? It's on options. Break. Yeah. Let's go to break.
That's talking from experience.
But you know what it is? I just think, right, with Harvey, yeah. Eventually Mo's gonna go, so you're probably gonna get a more dynamic, faster right winger who's a lot more kind of athletic. That Mo is
you
now.
can just move Frimpong up.
Yeah, or like whoever you're gonna sign. So maybe if you put a lot of speed around Harvey and he's got two like defensive midfielders who are athletic, I do think you can support his lack of athleticism. However, if we're going for someone like Wirtz, and that's going to be the standard for the number 10, I don't see Harvey ever being able to match that. So I only see Harvey basically being a squad player that we would use a lot, but essentially a squad player. So would I buy him back to be a squad player who gets a lot of minutes? Probably not. Do I think he's going to be good enough for us to be a starter? Probably not. So Harvey, like, we're not going on a break, rude boy. It's just over, Ham. Like, it's just over, man.
Right, man. So it's over.
Yeah, it's just over.
Walk out the door.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's 50 mil, I think, man.
Okay, 50 mil. Okay. CW says, I'd rather Ekitike, Rodrigo, Gahey, which is what we need, more than just Gahey and Isak spending all our budget. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. If it was Gahey, Isak, and then Diaz stayed, then yeah, I'd be good at that, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, I don't mind. Listen, if the levels we're looking at is that Diaz goes and we're looking at getting Rodrigo, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I'm calm.
It's crazy, bro. It's levels. It's level. It's level.
That's the kind of levels that we need, man.
That's what I'm saying. And this is why I used to be offended 2-3 years ago. I'm saying, come on, Jurgen. You can't be giving me Milner and Henderson in 2023, bro. Like, come on, innit? Like, come on. Like I knew, like, I wasn't going mad, innit? I'm seeing man in midfield who are physically past their best, who are never technically good, and I'm still expected to be watching this. So yeah, like the level, something wrong with it, man.
Big Teach, nice to have you on board, sir. Big Teach is saying, what budget?
Which is true. Bro? Oh my goodness, it's true. He's right, because at the moment there's been no. I am watching the penalties. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry.
The same here. Hey, you don't watch
this. Crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
The Lionesses, they're penalties.
Yeah, it's mad. You have to watch this. Look at the shootout. Look at the shootout. Doctor, I was meant to ask you.
Oh my days.
Full milk, semi-skimmed, almond, hazelnut, or soya? What milk is it that you're drinking?
I want in this.
Yeah.
Like it's a little rum punching from St. Lucia, man.
Okay.
Well, like a rum.
That's like a little kind of like rum punchy thing.
Okay. All right.
Punch Caribou.
So what do you see Rodrigo bringing to Liverpool?
I think for me, the thing with him is he is very much an untapped talent, simply because I feel like as good as he is, I feel he's had to play a facilitator role to accommodate Vinny Jr. at times because Vinny can only really play from the left. But so I think you've got a guy who's basically for the last 4 years for club and country not been able to play in his best position. So he's had to play right wing. But I think the moment you put him to the left or you play him centrally in some capacity, I think you see a different player. And I think his skill set, he's absolutely rapid. Absolutely rapid. He's quick with the ball. He's direct. There's end product. He can beat you with skill. He can beat you with a feint. But it's almost like everything's got a purpose. He's not just looking to beat you for the sake of it and just excite the crowd for the sake of it. Everything has just got a purpose. I think his overall football IQ and just how good he is in tight spaces around the box is actually pretty frightening. So you can see the link up between him, Wirtz, and either TK or Isak being serious, man. And as much as I do, obviously everyone knows I like this. I think this is the 4th time I've said that in this one show.
Sad I might have to start taking a back seat.
Yeah. Well, do you know what it is? It's funny, right? In many ways, you get Rodrigo, if you get a TK, Rodrigo, and Wirtz, you basically replace Salah. Like, basically now means that when you are looking to actually move on Salah, you just need a very good right winger. You don't need anybody.
Well, someone else even put in the comments, Doctor, what I said. We've already got Frimpong. They said the same thing.
Yeah.
Move on Frimpong.
Yeah, like you could do that. But I just think, Rodrigo was just very, very creative. His shooting technique, you know one of them guys who was almost like they've got a lot of time. He's just got a lot of time around the box, man. So just the intricate link-up play, like against low block teams, and his ability just to get off shots and with accuracy, he's just a serious player. But equally, in transitions, like with his pace and his dribbling ability, ball carrying, it's also elite as well. So, I think you see somebody who could be able to maximize his own potential. And I think there's another level that he can actually kind of go to. So for me, I think it would be a brilliant piece of business, man.
And I think just to extend on what you were saying, I think one of the things I would like Liverpool to actually do in terms of the offensive players that we be linked with is Salah's always going to have those high goal outputs, and we've seen that throughout his career. But I think it will be nice if we can get somebody else who's in the conversation with his numbers going into next season. So we know that he's going to want to play every single game as well. But I just want somebody else who's going to have high numbers, double numbers as well, man.
Well, Wirtz is going to have that. Absolutely. I think Isak definitely would have had that. TK may not yet. Maybe in a couple of years he gets it. Maybe next season, like he doesn't really score as many as say like a Isak would have. But certainly, I think next year would be quite interesting for Mo, because you see, like last season, where even towards the back end of the season when he wasn't playing well, he was still in the team. Slot looks quite ruthless, isn't it? An almost situation where, bruv, if you're not showing levels, and I've got other options, like you're on the bench.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not sure. Mark might have to. If you tell me if you don't understand this question that Mark was asking, where's it gone now? Hold on a minute. Laptop's moving a bit slow. I can find it. Come on. This laptop's got a mind of its own at the moment.
Oh, that's cool.
Mark's question.
Yeah. He's asking something about a question for across the board about we bring in all the young players now. Why is it that we couldn't get Bellingham?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I can see that question. So, the question from Mark was RT. Right question from across the board. Right. We bring all the young players in now. Why do you think Liverpool could not fight for Bellingham? Sometimes it's just to do with timings and packages. Maybe I still don't think it was anything to do with finance personally, why he didn't come to Liverpool. I think between him and his parents, they just saw the project at Real Madrid being more appealing to him and probably suiting his development. And look, nobody can really question that. He's still flourished there. He's now settled in at international level, and he started winning honours at Real Madrid. So I just think it was just to do with the packaging moving out there. And, you know, we look at so much things in hindsight, right? Because I know I was mentioning it on the show as well during that period of time when we were looking for the midfielders about how much Bellingham would have fit in at Liverpool. Yeah, he would. But look what's happened in hindsight. We would have saved that revenue and money, and then Ryan's come through. I know two different skill sets, but it's quite bizarre sometimes how football works out. Both amazingly gifted players performing in different roles and both flourishing. So for me, Bellingham is a good player. I'm not belittling him in any way, but I still think in hindsight, now I can say we got the better deal. We already had a player. We already had a player at our club who's been able to flourish in a new position that was clear we would have needed. I think we got him for an amazing amount of money, and then he just settled in the team. Amazing. So it's crazy in hindsight, right? It's just both worked out. I think it's worked out for everyone.
CW says that Vinny Jr. is so overrated. Living off that final goal like Havertz versus City in the Champions League final. They have egos. He's pre-tech Neymar. Neymar's levels above Vinny, not even a comparison.
Yeah, I do think Neymar's obviously a level up. I do rate Vinny. I do accept last season he was poor. I think Rodrigo, I think his best is very close to Vinny's best. I think the difference is that Vinny's got a bit more explosive pace. But I think in terms of an overall footballer, I think Rodrigo's just as good.
And he says that
I'm with Chris, you know. I'm with Chris, man.
If you ask me, another ego.
I'm with Chris.
On Vinny?
No, on
Bellingham. Saying about Bellingham as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about
himself is his only fan.
Yeah, it's Don't wrong. Jude's obviously a top player. He's got an amazing mentality. I think everyone, and I would like to say not me, got way too carried away talking about best player in the world and all that. I was just like, can we just slow down and just acknowledge somebody's very, very, very good, very talented, having a brilliant season, and just cap the praise and not always have to go to that next level. Like Jude Bellingham, the best player on the planet. Just like, Jesus Christ, like how we just be.
They always get a bit excited, man.
But bro, like, know what it was? It almost became like a cult to the point where if you weren't agreeing with people saying this, like you were like then you were like odd one out. I was just like this is crazy. How have we got to a situation where if you don't think Jude's the best player in the world, then like you've got a problem? It was just weird. Yeah. It was just weird. I mean, he's very, very, very good, very good. But I'm with Chris. I'm happy with how it's turned out. And
most definitely.
I'd rather play against him.
Most definitely. So then, if we was now to get Ekitike, we sell Diaz, we get Rodrigo, and we get Gahey, are we happy, lads?
Outstanding. I think it's probably our best window ever, maybe.
Yeah, you're right, because go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I can't think what the best window on the clock was. I think we had 3 very, very, very good years. I'm never sure which was the best year. We had 3 very, very, very good years. But I think just as a one-off transfer window, I didn't envisage this.
I think
that would just be like, because if you think about it, right, okay, the goalkeeper was signed last season, but even that just showed the intent of how these guys like to be forward thinking. So in theory, right, they're basically saying we would have signed 7 players, yeah? All 7 players are of starting quality, but 5 of those will be signed in theory as starters to play immediately. In Frimpong, Kirkez, Wirtz, Rodrigo, and the TK. That's like FIFA career mode settings. That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
That's mad. That's actually
And
mad.
yeah, and you know what? You're right as well, Doctor. All of those players, they're at levels where I believe even opposition teams could not question the ability of any of those players, because sometimes a club may buy a player and you might look at chink and think that there's certain things that they probably can't offer, and they're probably looking to see how they develop over the next probably 2 or 3 years, and they're not starting. You're right. These players that were actually purchased, they're starting players. Like that is a serious thing. What I do like is I feel really comforted about the players that we've already purchased. Years ago, remember when a team used to win the league and they make sure they've got the right amount of players. You don't sit on the laurels. You make sure you've got, you kind of pattern up. So next season, you're actually in the conversation again. That's what I'm happy with. I didn't want us to be in a position where we won the league and we probably just bring in one person, and then there may be teething problems the next season. So I think collectively the club's done amazing, and I just agree with you. It's very, very, very exciting. Very exciting.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And also, if you think about it, all of those players are between 21 and 24. Frimpong might be the oldest, right? Him and Rodrigo, 24?
Yes, yeah.
Good business, man. Good business, good future.
Yeah, and someone like my man from Rodrigo, he's already been at Madrid for 3 or 4 years, so he's got experience.
Yeah.
Played for Brazil, but also played out of position, so he's got a point to prove as well. So he's now got a point to prove. It's like, yeah, I've been at Madrid, but you haven't seen the best of me, so now I'm coming to show like what I can do. Wants to win the Ballon d'Or. Like everyone's just got an upward kind of trajectory. They've got experience, but they still got hunger. I think it's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. And you're right, even about the age profile as well, because if we were successful getting Gay, he's still only 25. He's, in terms of experience, we're bringing in another, in theory, we're bringing in another captain of Crystal Palace. So, you see what I mean? And breaking through on the international scale with England as well. So even that within itself will still fit and meet the club's profile.
Exactly. And think about it, Stoney, as well. And I'm glad you mentioned about the England thing, right? Who was the last England player to break into the team and be a certified starter that didn't play for a top team?
I have no idea.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So the fact that you broke into the team playing for Crystal Palace, and in the one tournament that you played in, you basically became the main centre back and one of their best players instantly. I think that just shows his levels, man. Like you weren't overawed by it. You came into the team from Crystal Palace, and straight away you were basically like their best centre back. Like it's levels, bro. Levels.
Another thing that I like about him, what everyone's just talking about his ability. I think he seems quite humble.
This is it.
Never overawed. So that, you know what I mean, that would bode well for him as well, I think. You know what I mean? About carrying him through. But yeah, I definitely I would like that signing. Get that. That's got a bit quiet as well at the moment.
But you know what? I'm glad. In a way, I'm glad it's gone quiet, because I believe that there's conversations happening behind the scenes, and maybe Crystal Palace are dealing with enough other issues. What's happening with them on the European side of stuff as well.
That's bad, isn't it? That's really bad.
That's really bad. Very, very, very bad. That's so disheartening what's happened to them, David. So maybe the club's in a position where they're probably just trying to manage out really what's happening with the European side for the next season. But I suppose he's in the same position really with Konate as well, isn't it? In terms of when that contract will, end or what have you. We could potentially just wait and make sure we get him on a free in January. We never ever know. But yeah, if that was a sign in, I think I'll be pleasantly happy with that, man.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. The boys are off soon to Hong Kong
next week.
out there. A few more friendlies, just get some more minutes under the belt. Like you said, slowly get the rhythm going.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens. Chris is right, actually, that Palace are waiting to announce the Amonde from Sporting first and then Gahey to Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah. So Just get the. I just like the way they're moving right now. Anyway, I'm very, very happy.
Man. Proper
Just
things.
Get it done, man. But gentlemen, it's been a blast, man. It's been a blast. Nice to be back.
Definitely.
And yeah, hopefully now we've got these gremlins ironed out. We can be back next week. And the following week and the following week after that, get back to the consistency. So fingers crossed, it's all running straight. But thank you very much, Stoney, my bro.
No, thank you very much for hosting the show. Just look forward to being part of the show next week, RT. Thank you, sir.
Very lovely, man. Doctor.
Yeah, man, it's been a blessing. Hopefully by the time we come back, there's a bit more movement with certain players leaving the club, man. It's time. Yeah. Every dog has its day. 3 years is more than enough time.
So they say.
Darwin,
so let's just
Steiner.
Yeah.
Steiner.
Hopefully Darwin's gone by then next week. So we'll have big breaking news.
100.